Once upon a time, there was a journey that Buddha and I, his devoted disciple Ananda, embarked on. We were both weary travelers, hoping to reach the next town before the sun dipped below the horizon. We rushed as fast as our aging bodies would allow, for Buddha, despite his wisdom and enlightenment, had grown old, and I, Ananda, had seen more years than the sage himself. Our pace was hurried, driven by the desire to find shelter in the nearby town before nightfall. Yet, the miles stretched on, and fatigue threatened to slow our progress. We began to worry that we might be forced to spend the night in the wilderness, far from our intended destination. In our haste and desperation, we approached an old man to inquire about the distance to the town. He was a simple farmer toiling in his fields. Breathless and anxious, we asked him, "How far is the town?" With a reassuring smile, he replied, "Not very far, just 2 miles at most. You'll make it." Buddha smiled in response, and I was perplexed by his reaction. 2 miles passed, but still, there was no town in sight, and our weariness deepened. An old woman, busy collecting firewood, became our next beacon of hope. Ananda inquired, "How far is the village?" She, too, assured us, "Not more than 2 miles. You've already reached it. Don't be worried." Once again, Buddha smiled, and I couldn't fathom the reason behind this recurring laughter in the face of our predicament. After 2 more miles, our destination remained elusive. Desperation led me to drop my bag, and I declared that I could go no further. I felt drained and couldn't understand why our journey was filled with such relentless disappointment. It was then that I finally decided to ask Buddha, after all these years of silently respecting his wisdom, about the laughter and the smiles exchanged with the locals who had assured us it was only 2 miles. I implored, "Why were you laughing when those people told us it was just 2 miles?" Buddha chuckled and offered an explanation. "Our profession is the same." I laughed because I understand the importance of encouragement. When I laughed, they laughed. They recognized that I belonged to a profession where keeping people encouraged is essential. Buddha continued, "These compassionate folks weren't lying. They were merely offering encouragement. The first old man pushed us 2 miles, the second old woman another 2 miles, and the third man another 2 miles. We just needed a few more of them, and we would have reached the town." So, with a heavy heart, I picked up my bag once more, and we continued our journey, knowing that encouragement, even when the goal seems distant, is the fuel that keeps us moving forward. In life, we should keep encouraging one another, for it's not about lying, but about instilling hope and belief. Empathy, belief in oneself, and pushing others to do the same can make our collective journey a little more bearable and rewarding. This is Inspira Motivation Stories. If you are new, please comment below about the story and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and may you stay blessed.